afternoon, Virgin Islands. I am your host today for our show, What's Going On, hosted by the official affiliate of the Democratic National Committee, the Democratic Party of the Virgin Islands. My name is Carol Burke, and I'm the state chairwoman of the Democratic Party. And for the past year or so, we have been doing so much work to try to assess, not try, we did it, assess the state of the party, um, determine that there were some rebuilding that was necessary and strengthening, and doing a whole lot of vetting of candidates. And it is the season, it's election season, y'all. And for me, election season is a thing that, like most folks, I look forward to. And because particularly two things, the issues are ramped up. We see them more focused, and when I say the issues, I'm talking about the issues that affect you and me in our daily lives, and whether they're new issues or some that have persisted over months and years. We look to candidates who say that they want to either be a senator, a congressperson, delegate to Congress, or a governor or lieutenant governor of the Virgin Islands. We look to them and the things that they say in terms of promoting themselves to decide who we're going to choose this election, who we're going to choose to represent us, to represent our issues, to secure our future, to chart a path for Virgin Islanders towards prosperity. Um, those who, and by way of campaigning, have made promises to the electorate, to voters, to make it better for us. But for me, and as long as I'm before this mic, whether it's every Saturday, every other Saturday, as long as I am here, I am going to continue to say to you, my lovely audience, you beautiful people of the Virgin Islands, let's stop voting for people because you know them, because you've played ball with them, because you know the auntie and the mother and the father. Let's be more conscientious in how we vote for people. And honestly, I'm not even talking to people who align or identify with the Democratic Party alone. I'm talking to us. I am a Virgin Islander first and foremost, before I'm even a politician. That's when my neighbor string there. I am tied to that soil. That's what it is. So I'm here to say, let's make a concerted effort, you know, by ourselves and ultimately together to be more determined, more observant about who we choosing to represent us. These Virgin Islands that we all hold near, dear and near to. These Virgin Islands that we treasure. These Virgin Islands that have been sacrificed for by our forefathers. Let's do a better job. You know, I was listening to a radio program some time ago, and one of the callers called in and said, you know, to my point, kind of belly aching, you know, and said, listen, um, and they said they're gonna do this and they said they're gonna do that, and they didn't do it, and here we go again. But I said, listen, when I called in, I said, the man got a point. He has an absolute point. But there's another side to the coin. We as voters, what do we look for in candidates? And how do we select who we want to represent us? So I'm a believer that what you put into our thing is what you're going to get out of it. You put in somebody who don't know anything about the economy, who knows nothing about running a business, who knows nothing about anything. Somebody who can articulate your issues, somebody who continues to miss and not be accountable for the decisions he has made in the past. But we put him back in because we want to get him one more chance. Ladies and gentlemen, St. Thomas and John St. Croix, my friends, my fellow Virgin Islanders, let's stop that. Let's put an end to picking people because we believe because they're our friends that it'll give us access. Let's stop going to campaign committees. And the previous host spoke about Johnny cake and fish fries. That's our tradition. We're going to forever have fish fries. It's for you to discern in the conversation at a fish fry whether the person who hosting the fish fry really ready to deal with us. And when I say really ready to deal with us, I really want to qualify it. Do they have the capacity? And then when I say capacity, trust me, I'm not talking about a doctoral degree or a law degree or a medical degree. Do they have the capacity? Have they done certain things? Have they managed anything? Have they asserted themselves? Have they climbed the ladder to anything? Okay, to finally second and tell her, I am very, very deliberate and I take my votes very, very serious. And I hold them very close to my chest. So when you come to me, how you rolling with? How we rolling with? I watch you and I say, because I can't. I say, I can't because of my position in the Democratic Party. I have a position of neutrality. So while you might see me attending functions and supporting uh, across the board, right? I can't pick nobody, and I am not going to tell you who to pick. Okay? It's the same in the same vein when folks come to me and ask me, have a conversation, um, what I think about them running. I've never discouraged anybody from running for any office he or she determines they want. We have a caller on the line, and I'm going to welcome my caller right now. Good afternoon to the first caller to the show.
Good afternoon.
Hey, what's up?
I'm listening to you.
You always listening.
You you're so eloquent.
Thank you. Thank you. And so are you.
And
So are
why?
you.
And I'm seeing all those comments on Facebook. I would say this about this election cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Never have I seen the conundrums, controversies, and confusion to this level. I mean,
Well, you know something, Carla? I believe some of the confusion and the conundrum is being spun by members of the board of election.
thank you. I'm glad you said that.
Well, you know what I mean? I gonna say it how I feel. It's being spun by members of the board of election.
Exactly.
Okay?
And some are still saying they don't understand the election law
Hmm.
and how they're all confused with that of the supervisor election. Well, I don't see their names certifying nobody and no nomination papers. I don't see them qualifying or disqualifying a candidate. So if they're still confused what they're supposed to do, I guess they'll always remain confused.
Well,
I am not confused because I know how to read the English language.
mm-hmm.
And I just surprised though. So many people had picked up nomination papers for running for some position or running under party banner. And then they
Yes.
Are they making a mockery out of democracy? What's really going on there?
Well, I guess some of them really didn't get the numbers they required on the petition, or whatever they fell short of. But I tell you, you know something, to your point, Carla. I'm really glad that you don't call in. This thing about running for office. Listen. If we're not committed to the race, if you're not committed as a candidate, don't put your name. Do not even fill out the candidacy forms. Leave it alone, please, because it's a very serious matter, and we take our elections as we should, very seriously, very seriously. So yeah, some people already been disqualified, and that's what we got to do. And who get vexed. But that's how it goes. If you ain't gonna do what the rules say, you're not gonna be compliant. You choose to do what you want to do. It's like a candidate. I see him the other day, saying, "Oh, yeah, and the Democratic Party put obstacles in our way, so we didn't get to move forward." Really? I mean, let's be fair. The party, oh, they're vetting. We telling people, come run on our banner. Come and run on our banners, but there's rules that you're going to have to be compliant with to run under the banner. And one of those rules is that you be in good standing, meaning that you got to be a member and you got to pay your dues. So if I tell you, hey, you told me you're interested, if you're serious, come pay your dues, and you ignore me, and then you wait till the 11th hour when the door don't close for that time, and then you want to say you blaming the Democratic Party. That's very disheartening, And this is somebody who by the way speaks every day to our Virgin Islands community. It's sad. It's sad what he did. And I refuse to answer it on Facebook. I let go. But I made sure that I made the members of the party know exactly what transpired.
And I'm glad you expressed neutrality. I'm the same way as a talk show host. I'm not endorsing any candidate. I am going to allow people to speak freely. I'm not promoting no more slinging. Any candidate that's doing that, definitely you eliminate it from my consideration. Because there's no need to personally attack your political opponents who have your supporters spread lies.
Well, back to the point where it's sad because we rely on the election system to be a neutral medium, right? Where the processes were regarding to elections are supposed to be, the integrity of it gotta be maintained. You can't maintain it when you got Harriet Malta, Cleopatra Peter, all of them. I mean, it's just sad how they're out there. If they don't like a candidate, they're all bashing and even the party. I don't care if they bash the party. I honestly don't. But even to that, it's really not. It compromises everything that that system stands for.
I know. They're not even being subtle about it. It openly promoting a particular candidate, not remain neutral, and then personally attacking the political opponent.
Yeah. And then Lorelei Monsanto, that's it. I don't want, but she's not on it. She's not on the board. But she, you know what she did? She went and applied. She went to the office of the Lieutenant Governor Corporation and Trademark and applied to use the name Democratic Party of the Virgin Islands. Miss Monsanto, save yourself the heartache and the pressure, okay? Because the Democratic Party of the Virgin Islands is the only to which Carol Burke is its chairperson, is the only official affiliate of the Democratic National Committee. So I don't understand what was the purpose of you doing what you did. It's really short-sighted.
In my opinion, she's not really a Democrat.
Well, she may be registered as a Democrat for voting purposes. Yeah.
I could chance to
Well,
You want to go make up your own rules?
to your
Then
point.
form your own party or run
Thank you very
independently.
much. Thank you very much. You imagine you register as a Democrat, but you ain't want to do nothing that the organization has instituted. You out there as an outlier doing your own thing and still want to be thinking that you could fight the party somehow. Come on. You see what gonna happen though is this party under my leadership ain't gonna sit down and play dead and dumb and stupid. No, are you coming suing the party gonna sue you in turn. So keep it up. Because if you got a kind of resources, right? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Carla, I have some other callers.
Okay,
Um,
well, I thank you
I
for the good
appreciate
work.
you. I
I
appreciate
appreciate
you.
you trying to reform
Yes.
the Democratic Party, and I hope the loyal, true Democrats will realize what you're doing is to strengthen the party,
Thank you.
not to create
And I thank you for your encouragement and your support. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Carol,
Good. You calling me full mouth, nibs?
we want me to call you Miss Burr?
No, not today. Because if you can see me on Facebook, you got your Facebook thing. I have on my army guard today. Really, I did. Yeah, I do. I did it for Memorial Day coming up. We're celebrating it. So I said, I don't put my army guard, but my cap is fatigue. But I got my donkey label in the middle of it, proudly so. Hope everybody could see it. Because yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I'm proud to be a Democrat. So, Mr. Nibbs, I know you were proud to be an ICM, but anything you're a part of, you're a member. You're supposed to be proud of it, and you're supposed to wear it in your heart, your soul, and on your body, right? Proudly.
Otherwise, it shouldn't be a part of it if you're not proud of it.
There you go. So, what going on with you today?
I did good. I did both, man.
You did both. What boat you there? You there boat? What boat you there, Mr. Nibbs? You need to slow down, you know.
I'm in the BVI.
Oh, you're there in the BVI. Wow, you're there next door. You're there next door.
Yeah, doing a lot of things back there, reviving the. We used to have the Avis rent that got big. I'm trying to revive it.
Oh, like how we trying to? Okay, you're trying to bring it back, but we here with a party, we are rebuilding. We're rebuilding and strengthening. So, yeah, I get that. I hope you get through with it.
Well, yes, of course I will. But I tell you, I also have been asked for many years, and I'm really seriously thinking about it now, running for a seat in the what would we call the legislature of the BVI, because I have the right to do it. I got Belanga rights.
You got Belanga rights? Oh yeah, you do. You do.
Yeah, both parents are born there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what else going on? You're there next door. Boy, I hope you harassing nobody over there, you know.
Well, I got to go by the girl and that, you know me. Well, I got to be there.
You got to be there. Well, Michelle, let me tell you something. I don't know about over there, but the election, the whole environment gang is warming up over here. It's warming up. And before you know it, August 1st gonna be here and we would have a nominee. We meaning the Democrats.
Yeah.
Nominees, beginning with gubernatorial and lieutenant governor, all the way down. From the top of the ticket all the way down to the boards. And I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about it.
I am following it, and I'm soon going to come out with my choices.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, ICM no have a candidate I think we have one or two candidates for the in a senatorial area and maybe some boards, but we don't have nothing in the gubernatorial area. So I'm gonna be coming through the button full. I'm gonna publish the thing?
Publish it, because when you publish it, I don't comment. I don't comment. I don't comment. But you know something, Mr. Names, you know, till now alone, I am in politics. I am my politics, and then nationally, locally, all over, regionally. My father got me like this. So you know, I cannot help myself. Okay, but there's something about Virgin Islands politics, and we need to evolve. I believe in Virgin Islanders forever, right? But we need to evolve. We've been our politics have stagnated to some extent because we got people who've been dominating. You like that word? I'm gonna use it now. Dominating the process, right? And guess what? I think, and I said it to some people, and I could say it here because I speaking to my friends, right? And perhaps some not so much friends, but they've been dominating the process and really taking advantage because of their means to do so, right? And and ordinary citizens start to get into the habit of, what you gonna do for me, thinking that the only thing out of supporting a candidate is a job.
Exactly.
My Virgin Islanders, my people, don't get suckered into that this time. I beg you not to get suckered into it. Leave them people and their promises of jobs alone. What you want from them is leadership. You want them to take these Virgin Islands to the top. And that's what you want. And your demands should not be minor. You go to the highest heights. You do what you gotta do. Yes, Mr. Nix.
Right, but yes, listen to this. It is larger than all of us.
Exactly.
You know as I know, when Farley asked to change my registration to Democrat so I could have remained the executive director of the House Authority, and I told him no, I could have been a big dominant Democrat, but I refused to be dominant.
But Mr. Nix, I want to tell you something before you go. You know, we're talking about jobs and dominant Democrats. I remain in this party in spite of two things. People don't know it. And when I say that, I say, you serious? Yeah. Because I never tied my role to this party to a job. So there were 8 years under Turnbull and 8 years under John de Young. I didn't work for this government. I did not. Okay?
Right.
So to your point, as a soldier, I wear my soldier gear today purposefully and proudly because I want my people to stop tying the promise of a job to a vote. Okay?
You're right. And I'm glad you went there. You know why? Because for those 8 years that you did not work for the government,
it's 16. That's right. It's 16. 8 in each administration. Not me.
Right.
Because guess what? I value myself. I'm an educated individual. My parents sacrificed to make sure that I got the education that I got. And I never thought that the things that I did for a political party, the Democratic Party of the Virgin Islands, was ever tied to a job. But I look at the dynamics of this for too long, and I see what this promise of a job is part of the problem. It's part of the problem, people.
Let me say this and go. I heard you mentioned the other day that you went to school in Miami. I thought you went to school in Maryland or something.
I went to grad school at George Washington, but I went to the University of Miami. In undergrad, yeah. So I know the Miami area.
Yeah, I got QI.
Oh, okay, I got some people want to call in, and I see them been trying to call. So if you want, call me back. But I'm glad, and you should have been able to see me on Facebook because I wearing my Patriot gear. I really okay. All right. Okay. All right. Good to talk to you. All right. Yeah. The promise of a job, folks. You know, people might be saying, but what's she talking about? What I'm talking about is I look at this for too long and I see how the promise of a job is the elephant in the room. And that's a intended pun. Okay? Yeah, man. The promise of a job. You, me, the children, them, okay, and the elderly, those senior people, and I'm a senior, okay. We don't want our votes to be connected to the promise of a job. We want better for our islands, better in every aspect, improvement for our infrastructure, improvement in the economy, and jobs, and more jobs. Not just government jobs in the private sector. A healthy private sector makes a better government. Okay, so if you don't know how to make that happen, if you don't know how to generate new revenues in here, if you don't know budgeting and financing, if you don't know these things, then you shouldn't be running to represent the people of the Virgin Islands. You really shouldn't, and that is not to say that you wouldn't be able to be better prepared at some point. But those are the things, if we take time for you to learn while you representing, we're really not doing ourselves fair. We're not doing ourselves justice. Okay? And so to the point that some people who I've been talking to, and they're reacting to some of the names, that's your right to run for something. But whatever that something is, let it be something that you can manage and at least perform in. At least perform in. So when you go on a board, whether it's the Board of Elections or Board of Educations, you have a good understanding of procedures, Robert's rules. You understand how to conduct yourself. And if you don't know, go get some tutorial. Because what that does is it pulls the processes, the day-to-day agenda, and getting that agenda rolled out and items on it acted upon cohesively by the board that you represent. It matters down, right? It drags. The board becomes stagnated and lucid. I mean, I talking from experience, I would never aspire to do anything that I'm not ready for. I would never aspire to take on the responsibility at the helm of the Democratic Party if I wasn't ready for it. And I didn't never, honestly, between you, me, and these walls here, between the wider Virgin Islands, I have never said to anybody, you know something? I want to do that one day. Do that meaning be the chair of this party. But when I decided to do it, I had to be armed with the knowledge, the resources, and the leadership skills to be able to tell the people of the Virgin Islands and to be able to tell Democrats in general that this party will be led by somebody who's competent, capable, and willing to take the bold steps to move forward. Furthermore, I never, ever, never in my wildest dreams, right, would want to take over the Democratic Party in the state that I met it and just maintain it as that. That is not who I am. And that is not what I want for this party. Because a healthy Democratic Party, a healthy political system, whether it's just Democrats, Republican, ICM, or all of the above, right, makes for a better Virgin Islands. Some people shy away from politics. Politics matters in every instance. It's so connected to our civic awareness. It's so connected to so much more. But if there's one thing I promise I won't do, every time I get to this mic or any way that I know I'm capable of reaching my beautiful people in these Virgin Islands, my home, I want to tell you, please be very wary about how you're voting in 2026. And don't get caught by the rhetoric of, I going to get you that job that you've been wanting. I going to get you that promotion. I going to help you to make the money that you're seeking. Please don't get caught with it. Don't get wrapped up in it. Because for too long, you and I have heard our fellow Virgin Islanders, Crucians, Sintomians, St. Jonians, belly aching about promises made and not kept. Belly aching about all the work you put into a campaign, and you didn't get what they tell you you're gonna get. Not even close. Okay? Now, I'm not saying to the victor goes the spoils. And when you win, you bring in a team. You may keep some of the folks, but you still bring in a team based on merits and to some degree the politics of it. I ain't gonna lie, I believe in who helped me, I helping them. But when you go and you say you want to represent the people, public policy is what you should be pushing. So who you bring to that table, who you bring on your team once you get elected should be people who are competent and capable to push the things that you say you gonna do for the people. Ultimately, it's the power of your office is up to you how you use it. Okay, the power of your office, but you have the power of your office to do whatever you want to do in your representation of the people, beyond passing good legislation, beyond finding new revenue to fund the operations of the government, beyond identify what's old, antiquated, and needs to get rid of, that the dragging this government down, and keeping it from being efficient, beyond all those things, so that you and I could stop feeling that somehow somebody cheated us, right? When we were a party to it from the beginning. You gotta get better control of that outcome. And I say to you, somebody who's been in politics, you gotta vote better. You gotta look at people better. You gotta look at their capabilities and what that position that they're seeking requires and how they matching it. Okay? You gotta do better because it's the only time you could flex in this political arena is when it comes to going to the ballot box and exercising your right to vote. That's what it is. Your displeasure is felt at the is exercised at the ballot box. So I want the people to have the power, not the other way around. Politicians don't have the power. And here in these Virgin Islands, we for too long allowed them to do that. The people have the power. You, by acquiescing to the promise of a job, right? By acquiescing to that, you are relinquishing your power. You're watering it down. And it's not too late. It's absolutely not too late for you to get back in control and take back your power. And you take back that power individually, becoming more aware of what it is you're voting for and who the options are. And that's why we, as a party, decided that we don't want to operate winging it no more. that we were going to put an infrastructure in place. And when the January 10th, 2024 ruling by the Honorable Chief Justice Judge Robert Malloy ruled that, hey, the election system, the government of the Virgin Islands, you've been interfering, you've been denying political parties the right to freedom of association. And it listed nine provisions. Okay, but that's 9. But I could bet you if I go back into the election laws, I could find more. I could find more people. You see, I'm not going to come before you in any capacity, notwithstanding my title today, and try to get you to sway a place where you don't want. But like you, I want a better Virgin Islands. I want to know that when our children, who by the way graduated this week, and congratulations to every graduate in all the schools, we are indeed proud. But the promise we want from politicians regarding our graduates is to make a better opportunity, plentiful and better opportunity for our young people. That's how we secure a future for all of us, not some of us, all of us. That's what's important. So don't get suckered in the promise of a job, people. Please don't. Not in 2026. Okay? It's more than a job. And you deserve guarantees, not promises, for more than a job. We want to uplift this place. We want a cleaner Virgin Island. We want a better WAPA. We're tired of it. We're tired of it. We're tired of spending money and our resources behind a utility that's floundering, unreliable, wasting. Okay, we are tired of it. Am I going to speak differently because I'm a Democrat? No, I don't pay my bill just like everybody else. So I got opportunity to speak. Can WAPA do better? Yes, they can. Will they do better? We will have to demand it. We have to collectively demand it. And it goes on and on. You think WAPA is the only one? The cable is high. You compare the cable, the amount of money we don't pay for cable here versus stateside. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And there got to be a scenario. It's got to be an opportunity. And I'm talking, for instance, take Liberty. Liberty is Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Why is it that we cannot, in terms of the business plan from Liberty, Puerto Rico, can include the Virgin Islands? What's going on? What really going on? We got to do better. Demand more from candidates, people. The fluffy talk is exactly what it is. Fluff. Fluff. Okay? We have to demand more. I don't care what people run as. I don't care when I push in my Democrats, yes. And I will make sure that I arm them and the party with as much to make them worthy of your vote. To make them worthy of your vote. Take your power back. Okay, take your power back. And I'm not saying to be rude about it, but the power is belongs to the people, not to politicians. God, believe in yourself. And don't say, I ain't voting this time. I had enough. Don't sit the election out. No. There's got to be at least one person, 2, that you're satisfied with, that you want to support. And go and vote. And go and register your friends and your families and your young ones to register to vote. We got to prove the numbers wrong this time. I had to frequent certain areas just like everybody else. And they will tell you, when I come in there and I say, listen, you register to vote. You know, you could go online and register to vote. I try everything. And oftentimes, the people who tell me no without fail is young people or young folks who voted at some point and are now inactive. So I told them, listen, go and get your stuff together. You could do it online, do it however. It's been made very easy for you. It's been made very easy for you. Okay? So I hope that they listen. When I see them again, I'll ask them the same question. You registered? Did you do it? Did you fix? Did you cure? Are you ready? Are you looking at what's going on? Are you on Facebook or wherever you are? Are you seeing who's saying that they're capable and they want your vote and support? Don't squander or cheapen your vote by somebody because somebody say, hey, I want your support. Hey, don't forget me. It's beyond that. And you should have the expectations that you want to have. And you should inquire and you should ask as many questions as you feel you should to an individual who is seeking to represent you in public office. Okay? So I gonna get off of that I just had to do it. I had to do it because I the things I'm seeing and hearing around me as the election ramping up and as the blue wave building, I don't really like it. I don't really like it. People, the power is yours. Take it. Let me answer the call. I have a call coming in. Carla, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Madam State Chair. How are you?
Oh, hi. I am fine. Our National Committee Woman Risa Richards is on the line. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I good. You hear my voice. I good. I good. Yeah.
Good. I love what you are saying. The power is with the people, and let me first start off by extending my condolences to the families of John Bell and of Ronnie Russell. I had the privilege of working with Ronnie Russell, doing some process solving and whatnot for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so sorry to, we have lost a legend in this community. And his wife and I went to UVI together. So I just want to condole with his family and wish them all well. And I know he's out of his suffering and he's in a better place now. And my prayers and my love are sent to all his family.
Well received and well stated.
And the same for John Bell. I know John Bell from back in from my mom, and from Chucky. He was a very, very close friend of Chucky Hansen.
Yeah, both of them, by the way, were staunch Democrats. Yeah, and very, very, very committed to the party and its principles, and have been in leadership role with the party for a long period of time. So yeah, our sentiments are shared in that regard. Because, we will miss
and
both of them.
Thing too, I worked with his grandmother at the Board of Education. Because I was the first district director for St. Thomas, and his grandmother was on the board at the time. And these are people who we need to really hold in very high esteem because they did so very much.
They're a part of the reason why we are where we are today. Their work and their sacrifices. There's a call. I keep calling, and I really want to answer that phone, but go ahead and say what you're saying.
The tremendous sacrifices that they made and the dedication that they had to the cause, whatever role they played, They were extremely committed and dedicated to making a difference. And that's why I'm so happy to. I just want to say how you're talking about voting and registering.
Oh yeah, and I don't want people to squander the vote. I want them to really understand that they have the power. The power belongs to the people, you know.
That's right.
And this is the only time, honestly, in this process when you get the opportunity to exercise it by at the ballot box, you know. And I just want people to be aware of how powerful it is that you voting for somebody to represent you. But you can't say that you're just going to give away your vote because without really vetting candidates like we do at the party level. You have to look, scrutinize them. You have to look at their capabilities and what they've done in the past.
I agree. What have and track record
Yes.
important. What have these people contributed in terms of volunteering in the community? What do they stand for? Are they committed to causes?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's so many.
Yeah. Just basically, what you bringing me? What you bringing us? Are you bringing me the same rhetoric that you that you brought back 10, 20 years ago? Or is there an updated version of that? And if you have an updated version, how are you going to defend it? You know, we gotta be better stewards of how we vote. And that's why I think the party itself needs to really, part of it, voter education is about. So that's why I say I'm using this opportunity to dedicate it to people in general, to voters and prospective voters, that you got to do a better job at voting and voting for people who will represent our interests as Virgin Islanders.
You know, I couldn't wait to register. I couldn't wait when I registered to vote back in 1970. I couldn't wait till I made 18 to go and register to vote. That was the highlight that year. That was the highlight of my life when I went in there. At the time, it was Miss Henrietta
Tadman.
Miss Tadman at the time. And then you had Miss Sua from St. John, who registered me to vote. And I don't miss an opportunity to go out and vote, because that's my right, and people died on the battlefield for me to have the right. And now, you know, it's so sad when you look at what's happening, especially nationally.
Oh my gosh, did you see what happened to Thomas Massey? To Representative Thomas Massey?
And what Trump did to Thomas Massey.
So, yeah.
Because he opposed it. This man is becoming like he has become a dictator.
Well, is Trump and the party and the MAGA, Trump and MAGA did it to him. Right?
Everybody is afraid of him, but you can't be afraid of people. You know, he's flesh and blood just like the rest of us. But I don't like, and if we're not steadfast and vigilant and try to protect our rights to vote, you know, the same thing.
Well, talking about that, the rights to vote is just not a thing. It is a very important concept that needs to be preserved and exercised there, because there's all kind of strategies to suppress your vote, and that's what I want people to wake up from. That voter suppression is a real thing, and it's a discouragement from people going and making sure that they're registered, they're reactivating their voter registration and going out to the polls and voting. Okay, putting obstacles in your way so that you are no longer interested, nor do you go to even vote. Okay, that's not good. That doesn't help. As a matter of fact, it really tears down. So I want to thank you, Lisa. There's somebody else calling.
Have a good
Thank you so much, and you too.
And I want to pay tribute to all our fallen soldiers on this Memorial Day.
Yes.
They're the ones that have allowed us to enjoy the freedoms that we have today. So
well said.
Congratulations.
Well said, Miss Richards.
Happy Memorial Day.
And thank you. Happy Memorial Day to you too. She said that very well, because they were the fallen soldiers. Carla, you can call back. The lines are free now. We have about 7 more minutes before we end the program, so I'd love to hear from you. But my spiel about being better at how we vote and why we're voting. Listen, I see people too often, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's at the grocery store, talking about, how they feel about current events, about their own situations, how they're suffering because they can't pay the bills. I mean, I hear it all the time, and all I'm saying is, you can't just blame the politicians. We have an opportunity this year. It's 2026, and yeah, it's a long field of candidates, but I believe in the potential in each and every one of you. I believe that you could ideally look at people and discern capabilities, and that's all I'm asking you to do. I have a final caller coming in for the afternoon. Good afternoon, caller.
Hey, woman.
Hey, how are you?
I good, thank God. It's good trouble. All is well with you?
Yes, good trouble. All well with me. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the people. Say yeah.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Good man. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something, Ms. Burke. Our people just need to vote smarter. But if you have the same people voting, you think they're gonna be any change?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
In my opinion, I don't see an active effort or great effort being put into registering new voters, and there are thousands of them out there.
And inactive too. Yeah.
People who have given up, people who are frustrated. So you have a friend that I always call and talk about the vociferous minority and talking about the majority. The majority of people are not voting.
Mm-hmm.
And that is sad because the last call I just mentioned, the sacrifice them soldiers made was to give us, their sacrifice was with the gift of freedom to all of us.
That's right. That's right.
The
sacrifice, the highest sacrifice is your life, right?
Yeah, that's their gift to us.
Yep.
To die, and they put themselves out like that. So here it is. You don't even got to go to war. You always got to just speak up, speak the truth, and they're looking to take your life as it is, Ms. Burke. So for some reason, I just like talking truth, so they don't like me because
we appreciate you. We appreciate you for talking your truth. But we won't stop there, good trouble. We are going to continue to raise the bar, keep the noise about it, get people to understand that these are serious times, and we gotta do better about how we voting. And we gotta do better in terms of getting folks registered, getting their registration reactivated, and getting them out to the polls August 1st and November 3rd.
But I don't see the party doing that in terms of, voters registration, Joyceburg.
We are going to, listen, in the party alone, the election system supposed to be doing it. We are going to be doing it.
I hear them doing it, but they are doing, I think they're doing a Herculean job. In addition to that, there are other things that they are doing. I know that them people are working day and night over the weekend. And then they have an awesome leader who don't sit on her behind, and I know she gets things done, and she probably get things done before most people by 9 o'clock in the morning.
The party gonna be doing some voter registration drive. Trust me, we ramping up. Once this week finishes and you know who are going to be running for a while, you'll see. You'll see.
Please.
All right.
Please,
Okay.
all right,
Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. So yes, folks, I want to say Happy Memorial Day to everyone. Again, that needed to be said. I wish everyone a very happy weekend, and we are grateful to those fallen soldiers, giving the ultimate their lives for us, so that we could live better. I want to say good afternoon on behalf of the Democratic Party of the Virgin Islands, and stay well.